Hello my lovelies and welcome to another plan with me. Today we are in my mini happy planner and we are doing the week of the 28th of January through to the 3rd of February. As you can see, I've already gone through and put my date covers in. The reason being is because I'm doing things a little bit differently than I do normally. Normally I would have a kit, as you guys know that have watched me quite regularly. If you're new to my channel, hi, I don't always plan this way in this planner, but I just thought I would do a kit, or do a layout shall I say, a spread, that involved using kit leftovers. And the reason for that is I find, even though I'm a no white space planner, I tend to have quite a lot of things left over from my kits, and it would be quite nice to find a use or a different way of using them. Quite often I've held on to things and I've tried to use them maybe in memory planner or scrapbooking, or to decorate something or a dashboard or so on and so forth. But I was still finding I was getting massive piles of part used sticker kits. And one of my sons is actually into planning. He's just sort of started, but obviously quite a lot of the kits that I buy are quite girly, and it seems slightly unfair to keep offloading them all on him for the sake of it, and he's got quite a big collection now as well. So I wanted to find a different use. So I thought, why not try and utilise them in my mini planner and how I plan, or the style, the way I lay my planner out in here. So what I've done is all the stickers I'm using are from the Mix Match Planner. We've got some leftover sheets from Minnie's Winter Delights. We've also got some left over from this kit, and I apologise now, I really can't remember the name off the top of my head. I think it's Mystic Dreams or something like that. Yeah, I think it's Mystic Dreams. I'm not 100% sure. So I just thought they were two, as you can see, I don't really use the deco sheets at all. So again, it would be nice to find a purpose for them. Okay, so the date covers that you see just happened to coincide with the colours of those two kits, and they were left over from a sheet of date stickers that I had previously brought for the Mix Match Planner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started, and I'm actually going to lay the washi first, just for something a little bit different. Like I said, I'm just trying to mix it up and try and show you guys some you like some different options. Well, hopefully some different options. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I've never done this before. So it could be a resounding success, it could be a phenomenal failure. I'm hoping it's going to be a success, obviously. Yeah, it was just a kind of a case of recycling. Obviously, if you guys see that I'm regularly wasting certain stickers... Oops, I've just ripped my planner page. That's okay. That's fine. This is really quite sticky washi. I'm not used to it being quite this sticky. Which is possibly why I had that little error there. It's not a problem, it's just that little edge. It's going to annoy me slightly, but I'm sure I can come up with something later on to resolve that. And yes, I am quite wasteful. I like to have the edges, or I like to try and measure the edges at each end every time. So the only time I may, if it's one I'm particularly running low on and I know I can't get any more, or if it's one I know I have to cut with scissors. It just generally makes life a bit awkward. hubby brought these marbled washes home for me, and I'm not 100% sure where they originate. So this one's not as tacky as the blue, or teal if you would like. So, but definitely all came out the same tube. Yeah, so I'm not sure, 100% sure. I can hazard, like I said, hazard a guess as to where he got them from. But I'm not overly confident about where he got them from. Yeah, I apologise for the lighting, guys. I am filming this at night rather than during the day, which does mean, unfortunately, I'm reliant on artificial light. And that's just purely because today has been incredibly hectic. When I finally sort of had a little bit of time to myself, I got a text off of my best friend, who's also the godmother to my children. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. It's also one of my godmothers to my children, telling me she was on her way over. And I was like, okay, I won't start filming because I'm not going to get it done in the time frame. I don't quite know how long she is going to be, and I also didn't know where she was coming from. So normally I will do a full box, a full box, a full box and a full box. These I believe are slightly narrower, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix them up. So I'm going to put a white fox on one side and a brown fox on the other, and then a Mini Delights one on the other page. Now what I'm going to do is line these up to the top of the box, and this is the reason why I put the washi in first. I made sure I could, because I know it's not going to go all the way to the bottom. So then I'm going to pick a mini to match it. So I'm thinking the Angel Mini. And again, I'm just going to line it up where I would normally put a full box in one of the kits that I buy, and line it up like that. So I think I want the white fox at the top, so we'll do her first on this side. I say her could be a boy fox. I mean, they could be going classed as being sexist, but she's got blush, so I would assume she was a girly fox. But then again, I do know men that wear blush. You know, they do panto, etc. That I've met through various walks of life. So already I'm just left with leftover headers, a couple of quarter boxes, and some little bits of washi. Now obviously the payday flags I don't use in here at all. Obviously there is no weekend banner, but again, I don't tend to put weekend banners in here. And then obviously I've got some flags that I may or may not come back to using. Don't know yet, so what I'm going to do is put them to one side. So ordinarily what I would now do is bring in the deco, and like I said, ordinarily, so I need to pick what I'm going to put at the bottom, and I quite like the idea of these marbly ones to go in this space here. So I normally put a mini half box checklist thing there anyway, so it's probably don't need that sheet anymore, or that sheet. We won't discard it completely. Here's where I want to make up the deco sections, so I'm kind of deciding. Don't really think I need flags with this. Normally I would put flags on the ones that don't have full boxes up here, but then normally my date headers don't come down quite as far, so I think I might leave that. Or shall I mix it up and put some thinner flags down the opposite side, maybe? Or if I use the longer ones just here, but the thin ones. Do you know what? I'd really like the idea of using the thinner ones, actually. So I think with blue, I might put pink and blue together and just see how this looks. I'm not committing at this point. We are experimenting. See, I've used a blue thing with a blue. Or in hindsight, are we thinking that maybe should have gone on the next one down? I'm thinking it maybe should have gone one down. Because I don't think it really stands out against that washi. What do we think, guys? Do we think that looks okay? Possibly, maybe? I think it does. And then I'm going to use some of these ones over here. So I think we'll use the moon one on this first box, because I think the white flag will actually stand out quite well against the blue. And then we've got blue again, so we want quite a pale one. I'm quite liking the little owls. Just like that. And then I'm thinking pink, so maybe purple on this one. Let's see what we think when we get down here. So I'm trying to be as precise as I can be with the edging. I think that looks quite good, actually. I'm relatively chuffed with that. So now we're going over the other side, and oh, I've ended up putting them on every single one. Do we think that's too much now? Possibly, maybe. Because I don't usually. Right, sorry. We are going to remove that one altogether. And the owl one. We are going to move the purple one up. See, this is me getting carried away with what I was doing and not paying attention, which is rather silly of me. I do apologise if you can hear anything, any weird noises in the background. That is actually my neighbours. And at some point, I will get round to making a complaint to the landlord, because literally I'm up all day and all night with them, and they are all I can hear. It can be up to 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. I can hear their kids shouting and running around and doing all sorts, banging and all the rest of it. Now, don't get me wrong, the neighbour on the other side of me can be quite noisy as well, but they are generally quiet in the middle of the night. The neighbours you can hear at this time of night are not. So I think we are going to go, so now we're going to actually put the actual deco in, like I normally do. So I'm going to put this little panda bear up here. That one I think I'm going to use out of this one. So I think that little panda bear can have this little drop down moon next to it. I like that. That's pretty. Sorry, random noises from me now. So I've got the white fox on this. I'm not going to want to put the white fox on that side. I really do quite like this owl. So I think I'm going to pop him there. And I'm not entirely sure with what. Oh, actually, I might put 2 owls together. What do we think? I think I quite like that. Okay, right. Moving on. Now I'm going to want to put, I think I'm just going to put Big White Fox. If it wants to come up, please come up. Over here. So directly opposite, but it works for me. Really quite liking that. And then, is that it? Oh, okay. I haven't got really any room for any more. But what I might do, because I don't really want to waste any, is I might put, just to break up the fact that they're quite bland, and I like Hot Chocolate Mini, so I'm going to bring in Hot Chocolate Mini and just pop her down here, because I think she's really, really cute. Like that. And do you know what? Don't know about you guys, but I actually think this works. So, in regards to any entries I need to make to remind myself of anything, what I am going to do, I think, is bring in this stuff, because obviously that's Mini there. And I'm just going to make a note on the washi. I'm thinking the blue washi because that's blue, maybe, or, whoops, sorry, or shall I bring in these strips here? I think they might be a bit wide and cover up. But no, actually I quite like the idea of using these. They're narrower than a quarter box, but they're wider than a washi strip. And I think I'll use purple because there isn't a lot of purple, and I'm just going to write in here that it's insert day for My Little Monkeys on that day, and I'm just going to pop it in along the bottom just like so. And that, my guys, apart from that really annoying little tear at the bottom that I ripped off with the washi, is it for the week. I don't think that's really going to affect holding it into the planner, to be fair. It is only the bottom one, fortunately. Like I said, it is a bit annoying. But, oh, and one other thing I just want to do is write notes on that one. And there we are, guys. So I hope this inspired you with a way in which to use up your leftover kit. I really like how it's actually turned out. It's worked out really effective. It might not necessarily work with all your leftover kits, but it certainly does with the Mix Match Planner kits. For me, because of the fact that she does do these additional half full boxes, if you like. So that's worked really, really well, and possibly means that in future I can maybe pair up kits again that are very similar in colour. They were both winter kits and they both sort of had similar colours in them, which is what allowed them to work, and I'm really, really pleased with them. So on that note, I hope you guys all have a fabulous weekend. I fully intend to, Sunday I intend to do absolutely nothing and leave everything up to the hubby, as it's my birthday, and all I ask for on my birthday, usually, even if he does treat me, which he usually does, bless him, is it's my day off. I do nothing, absolutely nothing on that day. It's down to him to prepare breakfasts and dinners, etc. So on that note, I think I will leave you guys to it. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to my channel and you like what you see, please go and check out my other videos. Any suggestions, please leave in the comments. I'm always welcome to helpful suggestions. And yeah, if you guys want to see more of my videos, please hit subscribe. And obviously, if you like this video, hit the like button. Thank you. Bye.